So we've got those icon relationships rolled and out of the way. Let me, once again, set the stage where you guys are at. You had finished up at Merthrope, and you had traveled with the aid of the Grandfather Turtle and his people quite quickly on your ship heading to Nautilus. And your goal at Nautilus was to find the mage who had been involved in the Torrentstal expedition, a mage by the name of Tensilvus, an elf, and he would have the piece that you needed to enter into the Torrentstal. You also know that he has a portion of the dead god, which he was the one who had originally sealed away the heart, and he had the arm.
Oh.
You guys traveled there, intending to go and speak with him. You got the various pieces of information. As you drew close to Nautilus, the first thing you saw was Nautilus itself. Now, to describe it again, there is an island, and on this island is an enormous, massive shell, pink and white and orange, and it catches the light. It is just huge, clearly massive complex inside of it. It is maybe a half mile tall, longer from end to end, though here it's hard to tell the scale of the thing. There is an island around it. You're not sure whether the shell was there and stone and ground kind of grew up around it, or was it magically placed, or whatever. It's hard to tell, but there is a shoreline and beach and so on. And from a distance, you could see that there is a town outside the shell. On the shoreline, you can actually see some towers of that. But as you approached, as you drew closer, looking at a distance, you could see that all was definitely not well. Number one, you would have seen caught in the various tides as you drew close, and having to kind of maneuver a little bit because of the coral, you would have seen shipwreckage caught up in the water there, trapped in various eddies, and you would have seen floating close by the shoreline the wreckage of several ships, including a one that's up on shore. You would have seen that the city itself looks like it may have been damaged, or there's some sort of conflict going on. It's hard to tell. But more importantly, as you kind of looking, you have seen things moving on the shoreline, particularly picking at one of the vessels there, one of the boats. And let me pop a couple of pictures here to get you a sense of what you see maneuvering there. And if you look on Roll20...
Time to go!
Away?
Well, you can swim.
So there are a couple of different things there.
How big are those?
So the sort of thing that's on the left-hand side, the crabman, that's maybe 8 or 9 feet tall. So a hulking brute. Mm-hmm. The other thing with the sort of the great single claw there, it's about 14 feet, 15 feet up at its top of its head.
Okay. Do they see us?
Well, you guys are a ways away. This is you looking through telescopes, observing the shoreline.
They're probably friendly. Let's go say hi.
Let me describe a couple of other things before I move on. A quick glance at the city, and let me show you a quick kind of map here kind of roughly sketched
I
it
know.
out.
I know one thing: crabmen have absolutely no loot.
So I'm moving you guys over here to this crappy map that I drew.
Wow, this is awesome.
It's really crappy.
It looks.
So this is as you can see, this is the shoreline that I've done in brown. The gray are like shipwreckage. The red here represents kind of a walled town. And then there are islands and then bridges across to an island across where there's more town. So imagine that all of these spots here are settlements.
Okay. What's the purple?
This over here looks like kind of the bastion for the town, the sort of fortress that they would fall back to, and it looks like the city is in bad shape. There's definitely old smoke roiling from it. Some portion of the walls have been knocked down, but you can see that there are people up on the ramparts of these towers here, this bastion. So it looks like at least a portion of the population fell back to
Are they currently
town.
fighting, or are they just kind of waiting to be starved out or something?
It doesn't look like they are in the midst of any kind of active conflict. You don't see anything going up at the walls or anything like that.
So
now,
how many of these things do we... Oh, no, go ahead.
Just to tell you, so there are things along the shoreline. You'll see maybe 7 or 8 of them scattered in different places. But as you're doing that, as you're kind of looking out there, Scott, I'm going to give this one to you, if I may. Black Dog, Cochinelle, Tommaso, you're kind of passing around the telescope to look through. You're on the tiller, the steering for the ship, and you will look, Scott, and you will see in the waters close by, you will see a series of enormous fish, 14, 15 feet long. The light kind of catches on them. And you've seen big fish before. I mean, this is a magical world, so fish grow large. The thing that will strike you is you can see their eyes, and their eyes look like they're made of metal.
Have I heard anything like that before?
I'll let you make a roll for me, Scott.
Privateer. I've sailed the seas.
Sure, that seems reasonable. That plus
What level are we
intelligence.
now? We're still 5th or
Still 5th.
Oh no, but I used my thing to get the extra skill point.
Yeah, you
Okay,
did.
so and this is what? Dex, Charisma?
Intelligence? is that a choke back cry?
There we go.
Oh, nice
Yes.
roll.
In particular, you don't know the specifics of it, but you heard about the merfolk, the ones that actually live in the sort of the deep waters, having had some conflicts with some very strange, hostile fish, monstrous fish guarding old sites that had metal eyes. And you will see that they are starting to circle the boat, Scott.
Our boat.
Yes. So let me start with you, Scott. What are you doing?
I'm going to take evasive action.
Okay. Are you steering back out to the open ocean? Are you steering towards the shore? Are you steering towards the city? Are you steering towards a shipwreck? What's your general direction, Scott?
Is there any place on the shore or near the city that looks unoccupied by these other crab creatures, or is there any place that
They
behind
are
a shipwreck that we could hide from their view?
well. Let's have you make a wisdom check.
Adding anything, just wisdom?
Wisdom plus level. Plus whatever your mariner or seafarer
Okay, I'll use my. 15.
From here, you don't see any good spots. Those things are kind of scattered out on the shoreline. You suspect that if you come in there, they may spot you. You might be able to pull up on the sort of the seawall of the island, but then you'd have to kind of climb up. So
We can climb.
you want to do that?
So I'm going to make for the seawall.
Okay. Why don't we have you make now that actual sailing roll? And this will be dexterity plus your mariner plus your level. And then I'm going to come to the other three of you guys and ask you what you're doing once Scott's made his roll there and failed miserably. Oh.
27.
So you guys will feel a turn as Rook brings his ship heaves tow with a sharp pole and starts making for the city. Cochonel, you will probably note now these fish in the water that are clearly moving to intercept and bump the vessel.
Okay. Well, they have that metallic look to them.
They themselves don't look metallic. They look like big, enormous fish, gray and blue and black, but their eyes look like they're made of metal. Bless you.
Well, the only thing that I have that might affect them particularly is lightning bolt.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I will try to see if I can cause them to slow down in their pursuit of us by laying down lightning bolt.
Okay. Why don't we do this as a kind of a spell casting roll with your wisdom?
All right. Let's see here. Sorry.
Bless you
Wow.
again.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
20 plus. And that's with my wisdom?
Yes. Oh no. Intelligence, because that's your spellcasting stat.
That's the same. Ugh, 16.
So you will lay down you guys will hear the crackle and see the lightning come out of the sky and hit into the water and drive some of them off. Black Dog, what are you doing?
I am assisting with sailing the ship.
Okay.
I would assume it would take at least 2 people.
Yeah. The ship is magical, but it will certainly be easier if you pitch in. So why don't you make a strength plus your mariner thing, essentially to get the sail set and hold it against it as Scott pulls the ship to. Does that seem reasonable?
Woohoo! Oh, God, these ropes are in the way. I cut them.
So as you guys are doing that,
Hit the rudder. Go out to sea, you dumbass.
as you guys are doing that, Black Dog flips the boat. Tommaso.
What the hell?
No.
Tommaso, you're kind of standing up. You've been kind of watching. You'll see Black Dog come over. He grabs onto the rope. You'll see the lightning hit into the water. And then Black Dog goes to pull, but he loses his footing, grabs on. It pulls the sail around, and the wind catches it and flips your boat over. Tommaso, what are you doing?
Well, when the boat flips, how far are we from the shore now?
Roll me a d20. We'll gauge it based on that. The higher you roll, the closer you are.
I have taken Black Dog's pirate life.
You are quite a ways away still from the shoreline.
But you're closer to ground since you are wrapped in plate mail.
Now, you will see that there are some reefs around here. So you could conceivably get to one of those to get standing upright, not to not drown, for example. What do you want to do?
Yeah, that's what I will do. I will try to get somewhere where I can avoid drowning.
Okay, why don't you make a swimming check, which will be strength plus, I believe you have some sailing skills, right?
I do.
Then we'll use that for that.
All right, so that's going to be 3 and 5. Does the level go on this as well?
Yes.
All right, so that's 5.
Okay.
Argle Bargle.
So, Matt, you will go under.
No. Oh no.
Dragons, we don't give a shit about, but Jesus Christ.
The big fish? They're killing us,
Not
man.
even the fish yet. We haven't even messed with the fish.
Okay, so Matt, you're going to take 5 points of damage.
All right.
Okay. So you will see Tommaso thrown off. You'll see him splash, and then he goes under and blah, 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 blah. All right. So Scott, the boat has flipped. There are these giant fish around, giant carp with metal eyes, great big biting jaws. Everyone's been thrown in the water. What are you going to do, Rook?
Is it possible to right this ship? Or is it...
If you it would require you and Black Dog to get this over close to one of the reefs where you could get your footing to do that.
Would it be easier to shrink the ship down and then re-expand it?
Absolutely, of course. Remembering that it takes a few minutes for that to reset.
A few minutes, huh?
Yeah. You could certainly shrink it and then try to swim to shore.
That sounds like a good idea. I'm going to try to... Actually, I'm going to try to... I'm going to shrink it, and then I'm going to see if I can dive after Tommaso.
Okay. So let's assume that the shrinking is an incidental thing. So you guys, the boat flips over, you're thrown in the water, and then the boat vanishes. I'm going to have you make a strength plus whatever your mariner skill is to get over to Tommaso. Don't roll a 1, Scott.
Because we've had such good luck with that.
It's no Twiddler.
Thank you!
Oh God.
You push him down.
Why do they keep trying to drown themselves? I don't understand.
So, you shrink this, but even as you do, one of these fish catches you, Scott, grabs onto your boot, and drags you under the water.
Son of a bitch.
6 points of damage. You're just shocked. You're about to go and dive for Tommaso when you get dragged under and water comes into your lungs. Koshina, what are you doing?
Rolling a 1.
Float. A quick action. I hover weightless about a height of a foot above any surface.
Okay.
And I can essentially push myself along if I have something of length and I have a staff. So I can essentially pop up out of the water and stay out of the fray. Try to keep an eye on where Tommaso and the other guy have gone down all of a sudden. Let's see here. I don't have.
So let's assume.
Let's see.
I
myself can breathe
quick
in the water.
Get the float on. Get yourself standing up. Get your staff out. And you can move yourself. Do you want to move yourself towards where Black Dog is, towards where Tommaso is, or towards where Rook went under?
Probably towards where Tommaso is.
Okay, so we'll say that you'll move over to there. Does that seem reasonable for your action?
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, Lowell, who has the rings of free action?
Who has the rings of free action?
And are they stored or are they?
I have one.
So
Woohoo!
Scott has one.
I don't need one because I have those spells myself.
I believe that Tommaso has the other one.
No, I didn't have it because I liked the other items I had.
Oh,
better.
okay. So let's assume.
I don't know who wound up taking that.
Let's say that Kathak has it, and you see
There we go.
Kathak is swimming away.
All right. That seems very Kathakian.
Okay. So what are you doing, Black Dog?
I dive down and try and push Tommaso's head under, and that way when I roll a 1, I will fail, and he will pop up to the top.
Okay. Why don't you roll me strength plus your mariner skill plus a d20 plus your level.
God.
So you successfully push him under the water. I'm not going to hold you to that, Carl.
Yeah, I was thinking that was pretty obvious.
So, Tommaso, you kind of get caught and you go under the water, and then you feel something rush and push you up and kind of push you up onto the coral bank that you were going to. Okay?
All right.
And with a 20, I will say, Black Dog, you can also grapple and pull yourself up onto it. Does that seem reasonable?
Can I get closer to Scott instead?
Okay,
Oh, he's
yeah.
gonna-
I'll say that. If you want to swim towards into the blackness towards where Rook went under, sure.
Okay.
So you'll see Black Dog pushes Tommaso up, grabs a breath, and then dives down towards where Rook is at. I am going to. So they are attempting to do that. So I'm just going to do real simple D20 rolls here. We'll see that. Matt, what is your AC?
AC is, what is it right now? 24.
Okay. So you are kind of up on that, and the one of the fish kind of tries to kind of swing out and strike you with the tail, and you're going to take 6 points of damage.
All right.
Very light. Clearly not an effective strike for it. Now you're up on this coral. You'll see that Cochinelle is floating there. Black Dog has gone under the water. What are you doing? Picture that you're standing on coral that's maybe a foot below the water surface.
Mm-hmm. All right, and there are these fish here. What spells do I have?
There's no blood in the water yet, and some of them have been driven off by the lightning.
All right, so are there any like within like melee range of me?
Yeah,
'Cause
we'll say
you'll Get
yes.
some blood in the water.
Okay, I'm gonna take a hack at one of them.
Okay, let's make this sort of a general attack roll to see if is your intent to wound, or is your intent to drive off? What is your intent?
It's kind of, I guess, I'd be like, kind of, since they're under the water, I could just kind of like hacking away to kind of like keep them clear of my
Okay.
like kind of my range.
Then make an attack roll, and we'll use that to gauge how successful you are at keeping this clear. So 11. So you're keeping a couple of them back, but they are still circling around. But you're able to keep a little bit of the side clear. Does that seem reasonable?
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to go back to you, Rook. I assume you have the ring on.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're like,
I'm going to try to get free of this thing and start swimming back up.
okay. So you're going to try and break the grab. We're going to do that as, because of your background, I'm going to let you do it actually as a dexterity roll rather than a strength roll. Does that seem reasonable?
Okay.
What
Can
do you have to be appropriate for, like, escape artist or something?
Thief.
Let's have you do that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at that.
13.
So with that excellent score, you kind of bend, twist. This thing is doesn't have that great a grip on you. You'll pull your leg out from it, swim up, and essentially signal a Black Dog and head up to break the surface. Does that seem reasonable?
Yep.
Okay. What about you, Cochinelle? Now you'll see that Rook has broken the surface. Tommaso is standing up. It looks like Black Dog is probably turning to come back up. It does look like the people, on the fortress are now. There's some people gathering because they've seen you guys off in the distance.
So I have a utility spell, Levitate. I can actually levitate Tommaso so he doesn't have to swim in plate armor. And essentially I can sort of pull him along with me while I float.
Okay.
And essentially, because it isn't about, it's not like you can walk on the water or whatever. You
Right.
have to sort of paddle along.
Okay.
So, but we can do that, and that seems a little safer to me than him trying to dog paddle into thing. Even if we do get attacked by the
Sure.
fish.
So what I'm understanding then, and Black Dog, you can correct me on this. It looks like Tommaso and Cochinelle are going to be floating and moving themselves along, and you and Scott are going to try and swim.
How far is it to swim?
Maybe a couple 100 yards.
And how many fish are in there?
Some have gotten hit on the schnoz. A couple have been singed by lightning, so maybe 3 or 4.
And these fish are how big?
14, 15 feet.
They can swallow you.
Why don't we just wait? I mean, can she
Can wait.
can she ferry us? Or Scott might go because he's got the ring of free action. I mean, he's essentially completely free.
Well, let's see here. I have utility spells twice, so I can levitate you as well. But I can't levitate anyone else. I've got the spell twice.
Okay, so levitate Black Dog, levitate Tommaso, and Scott is going to swim for it.
I think. Let me check and see what the deal is, just since I do have. But yeah,
Is that okay with you
that
guys?
sounds like a good
Sounds
plan.
like seems like a reasonable plan.
Black Dog, Tommaso, you good with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sherry,
Yes,
just because this takes a little bit of coordination,
it does.
I'm going to have you make a dexterity check for me. Just don't roll a 1.
Yeah, you are so clever. Okay. Let's see here.
Okay.
It
You get it organized, get them up out of the water. The fish aren't, they aren't leaping out like a shark to get at you guys. Scott, you have a little bit of an advantage here. That the fish can see them kind of floating above the surface and are kind of drawn by that. You're going to try and swim your way to the shoreline there.
Yep.
Okay. Then I'm going to have you make a strength roll. Plus whatever your mariner skill is. Because you're swimming in clothing and your leather and so on, and you're trying to desperately make it.
Oh wait, one more. 15.
15. I will say that I'll get, how about 2 shots on you, Scott? How does that sound?
Okay.
Okay. What is your AC? Because with the ring of motion of free movement, you have your full AC in the water.
17.
17. Okay. So I'm going to take 2 quick shots at you. So 1 will hit. Okay. So you're going to take a total of 16 points of damage, Scott.
Do we have a couple of guys? No, we don't have.
Do you have a healer? Is that what you're asking?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
What's that?
what?
Hang on 1 second. And so Scott, what's the middle of your con dex wisdom stat? The middle mod?
Dex wisdom, I believe, is 0.
Okay.
Or 1.
What's your con bonus?
Hold on, I don't.
Sure. I just want to check those. Carl's bat phone goes on.
Why is it?
I have to get this.
Sure.
Screw up on them.
It's 0. Sorry.
Okay. And your wisdom is 0 as well?
So it's 0 as well.
Okay.
It's not the. It's
Yeah, it's
the
that middle
bonus.
mod thing. That's what's killing you. Okay. So you guys will move it along, and
I would not suggest that.
I will hold off until Carl is back, and we will continue.
Carl would not suggest that.
Yes. You don't know who you're screwing with, man.
Yeah, pretty much just 12 plus my level.
Okay.
17.
What are you?
Fair enough.
What's the panel?
Matt, did you see, besides the sort of reference to Van Lunt, that actually the property, the office property that they bought has Van Lunt's name on the door?
Really, I didn't notice
Yeah,
that.
I was watching a thing that had a bunch of stuff on the Easter eggs.
Dude, if the main event of this thing could be the Defenders versus the Zodiac,
Oh my god.
I would be the happiest boy in the world.
Well, apparently they've made other references to the Zodiac in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. too,
Lag into the what?
but I don't know what the deal is with that.
Oh, you want to do that? Yeah.
It's one of those things like when I was
Like-
young,
Lags.
they were doing the storyline with like the second Zodiac that were like kind of cooler and like robotic and stuff.
Yep.
And so like I just like kind of latched onto them. Like I love the Zodiac. I think they're great.
2 foot on center, the Raptors.
And what I think, I forget if it was Aquarius or Capricorn, but one of them was from Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
It's a solid cover allowed.
Yeah, I'm on episode 10. I still have the last 3 to go, so...
She's on 9, which like 9 was my favorite.
Okay.
Like the ninja fight in 9, that was like a Shaw Brothers movie.
Yeah.
Lag screw.
It was good. I will say I really like the kind of the argument between him and Foggy in 10. I thought was actually much better done than I thought it would be.
I think Foggy is one of like the stronger characters in the show. I think.
Oh, yeah.
That's it's hard to do. Like the actor is great.
No, we can do
The
it.
character comes across right.
Right.
I mean,
In particularly because I will say that first episode I did not care for him, but that actor has really grown on me.
well, it's like, I think the casting is like such a strength in that thing. Like pretty much everybody was good.
Yeah.
Covers and gutters.
Well, we made these characters. How did we determine our stats?
You bought them with points?
How many points did we get?
Let's go to that page in the book. Hang on, let me check here. So you've gotten one time where you were able
Right.
to buy up your stats. If the page with that is page 30 of the book,
Right.
and it's 28 points to buy your abilities.
So why do I only have?
So let's go through what's your strength.
So basically, it looks like my Dex and Charisma, I bought up to 18 each, and the rest of them were 10s to start.
Well, 18 each would have been. You got the.
But that-
you
I got plus two on Dex for Elf, and plus 2 on
Yes.
Charisma for Elf, and plus 2 on Dex for Rogue.
So that you would have bought them to 16s, right?
Right.
So that would have only been 20 points, Scott.
So I'm missing 8.
You
Points
got
somewhere.
8 more points somewhere.
I don't know how I missed that.
Yes.
Because I thought my stats were low.
Yeah, that does seem wrong. If you want to go ahead and redo that with the plus 2 and the plus 1s that you would have gotten from leveling up, I don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
If you want to, and
I'll
if
do that.
you want to completely redistribute, I don't care because now you have some more experience with the system, so that's fine with me.
Yeah, I just sent it to you.
Oh no, wait. That just buying it up to a 10 is 2 points. That's what happened.
Okay. Well, if you want to redistribute, you go ahead.
That sounds like an awfully communist thing to say, Lowell.
I know. I'm a horrible person that way. Socialist.
Okay. That's what it is. I can't believe a 10 costs 2 points.
Back.
Well, again, Scott, if you want to redistribute
Right.
that stuff, you go ahead. So, you guys will get up to the seawall.
Did I get a blame it on Kathak yet?
No,
Not yet.
he's not here, so we can't.
Yes. So he tripped me and I fell.
You guys will have to clamber up, and when you imagine that we got the wall of the city that comes down to the shoreline here, you kind of climb up onto the rocks there, and by the time that you do that, you will see that let's say that I'm going to mark on the map here real quick that you guys have come out like here. You will see some people from the tower have come down on ropes to the wall and are lowering ropes down to where you guys are at.
All right. I'm going to take them up on their offer of shelter.
I assume you guys will all climb up as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. It will
They
take...
attack. They're cultists.
Yeah, wavy daggers.
They wait till we're
Awesome.
halfway up and cut the ropes.
Blood for the blood god, they scream out as you fall.
Aw,
So you guys will
Featherfall.
clamber up this wall, and then they'll help you get up into this bastion. From the wall and stuff, you can see that the town down below in sort of this area down in here, a good deal of it has been wrecked, it looks like. And you probably see a couple of those crabmen wandering around in there right now. It looks like there are docks where there would have been ships, and it looks like those have been wrecked. And you guys will be brought up to the top, and it's a fairly... How do I put this? It's a crew that is not starving. Clearly, they haven't gotten to that point. You guess that there are probably 4 or 5 dozen people here, a mixture of some militiamen and merchants and some servants. Does look like the people who were better off seem to have gotten out, at least from the group that you're
shocked.
seeing here.
I'm shocked.
And you will see a very dark-skinned elf, a kind of ebony brown elf, will approach you, and he will has the look of kind of the militia person who's in charge, and he will say, "Who are you?"
My name is Rook. We've come from the south, looking for some advice on a magical matter.
Oh, you came in a small ship. Do you have a larger ship out at sea?
No, I'm afraid. I'm afraid not. That is the ship that we traveled on. It was unfortunately overturned.
Yes, one of the fish must have knocked it over. They did that to some of the others.
Ah, yes. Clearly, I say, looking at Black Dog.
My
Yeah,
name...
that other guy, he just messed it up.
He'll say, "My name is Astray Tearsword." And he will hold out his hand to shake, and he will say, "I'm sorry you lost your vessel."
Yes, apparently we came at a bad time. What the hell happened here?
Well, let us get you to a place where you can dry off, and we'll tell you the tale. And then he'll kind of look and he'll say, oh my God, are you all right?" And he'll turn to you, Tommaso.
I'll say I've never felt better.
"Oh, it looks like you have the scurvy or something."
Oh, among many other things, it's
And
the
you,
gifts of the surgeon.
oh, because you actually see people see Tommaso, and he looks ill, and you see them suddenly realize that perhaps they brought somebody bearing the plague into the bastion, and the panic starts. But then Tommaso invokes the name of the surgeon, and Tearsword will yes. You are then a physiker.
Among other things.
We have some injured down below that perhaps when you've dried off and recovered, we might have you take a look at them.
Oh, there's no need to wait. Show me the way.
Oh, okay. And he'll gesture to one of his guardsmen to take you down there. And they bring rough cloths and things for you guys to dry off with. And we will, how about we kind of wipe after Tommaso, you've spent some time, fractures and cuts and things like that, some pretty severe that you're able to set. You're able to use some of your conventional skills plus some of your magic to provide healing to them. You guys dry off. They do provide you with food. It looks like they have a very good store of dried fish and that kind of thing here in the bastion. And we cut to a scene with you guys sitting at a table. Tearsword is there, plus a couple of his companions. Looks like they've broken out some of the brandy for you from the reserves. And they're finishing up thanking you, Tommaso, for your assistance. It does look to you like there are some of the sort of conventional workman and peasant class type here, but definitively there is a class split amongst the people.
Well, Tommaso would work to make sure that there was no class split among with his services. So he would in fact go out of his way to make sure that the poor and downtrodden were taken care of as well.
Taken care of first, I assume?
Yeah.
All right. Tearsword lets you eat a little bit, and finally he will say, "So, I don't know where to begin with my story."
When did these creatures come out of attack your city?
About 2.5 weeks ago. This bastion here is part of the city called Parshane. It serves as a crossroads for the monks at Nautilus. You are familiar with what Nautilus does?
Nope.
Nautilus is a spiritual retreat. Inside is a great meditative complex. In past, it has been a site of worship but not worship, but a site of training for the Spirit King, though he has not been here in some time. It is a place where those who wish to grow in contact with their own internal spirits come to meditate, to study. the various chambers are conducive to that. They bring forth the spirits. They allow for quiet relaxation, meditation, and that for generations has been the role of Nautilus. And the city provides for the monks there and for the trade for those who come to visit, and of course we help supply
so it is a city. It's not a town. It's a
it's a
pretty big city.
It is a city, though smaller than it would have been in the past because it is a human city. And he will say, of course, we're part of the Shenten consortium, so we also help supply the Green Lotus for those who wish to explore the inner path. 2 weeks ago, there was a change. There was a how do I put this? There was a visitation, an image, a spectral. The world looked different. The sky changed. The colors around it. There were other things in the air. We saw the outlines of another place hang and then vanish. Purple and green and black colors. And it was that day that the fish that you saw, the guardian fish, appeared and struck and shattered the vessels, those that were out at sea and those that were tied up. And we didn't know what to make of that. Fishermen were fleeing back. The next day, after the ships had been shattered, did you see the beasts on shore?
Yes.
They emerged from Nautilus. Creatures that began to push. They clambered over the walls of the city. They tore open the gates, and they began to destroy people. But how do I put this? Some they struck those that fought against them. Some they chewed up with that crunching sound that I'm hearing now from someone's mic.
Oops, sorry, I thought I was muted.
But others they transformed.
What do you mean? The people transform? They transform the people into more like them?
No. And he'll reach into his pocket and he'll pull out a handkerchief and he'll unfold it. He'll say, in cases where they had people trapped, they changed them into something else. And he'll open up the cloth and he'll show you, and there's a tiny shard of what looks like crystal.
Does it look like a god heart piece or something?
Yes.
Ugh. And Coach Snell goes, oh.
We fought them as best we could and tried to break the bridges where we could, and then once we realized that the matter was beyond us, we fell back to here, to the Bastion. Those things have been patrolling and crawling across the shore. They're active now because before you got here a day and a half ago, another ship came and sailed through past the fish and landed, but their crew was set upon by the crab and lobster beasts. I don't know what to call them. We've called them the chitin things.
Where's their ship?
And he will show you on sort of the map. And I remember I described the ship that was kind of pulled up on shore.
Right.
That's the one.
Did any of their crew survive or make it to here?
None of them made it here. If they survived, we haven't seen them.
What about the fish with the metal eyes?
The guardian fish, they're the ones that struck at the boats. We don't know
Well, I
where
know,
they
but-
came from.
Okay, so
Do you is there an elf named, and what was his name again? Temazin or something?
Silvus.
Silvus here?
Ten Silvus, and one of the other people will say who looks like he's a little more ritually dressed, and you have the sense maybe he's one of the monks from Nautilus. He'll say, Brother Ten Silvus was in Nautilus meditating. He occupied one of the chambers there.
And these crab people things came out of Nautilus?
Yes.
And they weren't there before.
No, he'll say no. We've not gone. The things are dangerous enough. We have not gone to see what we could. I myself was here in the city when the attack took place, so I don't know what occurred in Nautilus itself.
Have you killed any of these things yet?
We have a few, yes.
Are they delicious? Because they look delicious.
And there'll be a long pause when you ask that. And one of them will say, they're definitively not delicious. They, in fact, seem to be toxic, as we discovered.
Ooh.
So you tried. I'm not that weird.
No. I mean, we're fishermen and so on. They appeared to be lobsters. I know it is a long story, but suffice to say that some people that were trapped down below the bastion, when we went out to try to get them, they had tried to eat the flesh of these things, and it had clearly killed them. And from what we saw, perhaps had driven them mad. Their veins are
Put away the butter.
they're I don't know what these things are not like anything I've ever seen before.
Are they anything like I've ever seen before?
No, you've never seen anything like this, Carl.
Do they have any weaknesses or fears? Do they fear fire or?
You'll say I haven't seen anything that makes me think that there's something. We've certainly fought them with fire. We've stabbed at them and so on. When we have a sorcerer here, before he killed himself, he was firing off things. They did not seem to be vulnerable to any particular form of energy.
Do they rest at night or?
You mean they were invulnerable to it, or they just weren't affected? I mean, like fire still hurts them, and
They seem to when our sorcerer used his abilities, they reacted as anyone would to the damage. None of it seemed like yes. They seem to wander day and night. They are less energetic during the day. They tend to come out at night.
Well, if we're going to put a stop to this, we're probably going to have to get it inside the Nautilus. Is there any secret way to get in without having to fight through all those things?
There's a kind of a pause there, some discussion, and Tearsword will say, we've certainly talked about that, about sending people in. We have discussed a couple of options. The normal way is to go through the great entryway for the shell, but that seems to be where the activity of these crab things is the strongest. So we thought of sneaking up onto shore, and there are two potential ways to get in on the shell itself. If one could get past them and climb atop, there are the high sun pillars, vents from the ancient that allow heat to pass out and smoke and so on. We had thought that perhaps that might be a way in, or at the far northern point, also high up on the shell, there is the wind forge, the place where the air is drawn in by magics and circulates. That might also be a possibility, and there is another possibility as well.
That
There's
sounds
four.
ominous.
Pardon?
There's 4.
What's this last possibility? It sounds like that's the most dangerous.
There once was a set of under caverns leading from Parshane into the into Nautilus itself, but those were sealed some time ago. As I understand, it's sealed by the Spirit King to trap something inside.
Let's not release something else. Or maybe it's already been released.
We've
When
certain,
did the Spirit King do this? Like 10 years ago or 2 centuries ago?
more like 2 or 3 generations ago, so maybe 60, 70 years.
Okay. All right. We just wanted to make sure that it wasn't something very recent.
No. It has been since the time of the dying, but well, are you certain that you want to do that?
What are other options?
Well, we were looking at the possibility of seeing if we could make a quick ship to sail out to, with what wood we could gather. Maybe somebody could sail past to make it to somewhere with wizards or with fleets that could perhaps fight these things.
Well, you still might have to, but I think discovering the source of this might enable us to end it somehow.
Well,
I don't know, but it seemed to have started within Nautilus, so
well, we will lend you whatever assistance we can. I do not wish to commit men to this, if you understand my reluctance.
any of the routes will require some stealth and a lot of danger, so I wouldn't ask that of your men.
Is there anything we can do to assist you? We certainly have rope and other such basic supplies aplenty.
What does everyone think of our options? I'm all for the option that we have the least amount of applicable skills to, and I'll just pick it sort of randomly.
Especially if everyone has specifically said that they prefer another method. Thank you, Scott.
So the options are, and let me tell you what the obstacles are.
Okay.
Going on the shoreline will require some stealth. You'll probably have to fight a small group of these crabmen to get past, but you can probably maneuver to stay out of the range of the bulk of them. If you do extraordinarily well, you might be able to avoid a combat there. It will then require some climbing to get to either entryway. The longer route, but easier climb in terms of angle and so on, will be climbing up to the top to go in through those vents.
The air inlet.
Pardon?
The air inlet, the wind forge.
That would be to the top to those pillars for the
Oh, okay,
venting.
the pillars. Okay.
In fact, actually, let me quickly.
What was the name of that pillar? I heard heat or something like that.
Yeah.
Stone pillars or something, or
Yeah, let me draw a quick map just to kind of.
what was their name, just so I can.
That is the high sun pillars.
High sun pillars, right?
Yeah. Okay, so let me pull this over here. We'll do another terrible drawing. Okay.
Yay!
This is
The best.
The best. Let me do that. Okay, let me close this. All right, so let's see here.
I'm gonna go grab a drink while Lola's drawing.
Okay. So this is the great. This is the shell. Wow, that's terrible. You've got. Whoop.
I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Okay, and then. Oh, wow. Typing. Okay. Okay. And this down here. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, yes, it makes sense. So the main entryway is blocked up with these horrible creatures.
Yes.
High sun pillars is up top,
Yep.
and it requires getting past the creatures to some extent to get that high up on the.
Yeah, essentially because you have to make your way along the shoreline. And of course,
Okay.
the other way is potentially the.
Oh, the sealed
Sorry.
area.
Yep.
So the main entryway is the shortest way. Wind forge is the next shortest. High sun pillars are the farthest.
Yes.
And this is in order to find Ten Silvis?
We'll have to figure out what's going on, I guess.
Well, here's the thing is that shard that they showed us, I mean, we know what that is. And the only person that we know that might have had a piece of it was Ten Silvis.
Yes.
Does that look like the leg or whatever?
No, it looks like the like a fragment of the god heart, the crystal.
Right. Well, he had the leg, right?
The arm.
Arm.
Yeah, the arm.
And do we know how that would look?
Well, you saw the heart before. The heart looked like it looked organic. It was only after you went through that cleansing process that it converted to crystal.
Okay, so this looks like the crystallized heart, is what
Yes.
you're saying.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Which is also the thing that you found the powder of in that machine.
so these things have been around before.
Possibly.
There's been cleansed, purified pieces of God,
Okay.
and that's that kind of essence that because remember the Palanque told us that there were always sorcerers and wizards who played with these things. So these are sorceress.
So what do you guys think?
Okay, so hold on. Main entryway, big fight, pretty easy and no climb. Wind forge, or let's see, high sun pillars, small fight, gotta climb up. Wind Forge. I didn't hear that part. What was with Wind Forge?
It's a more difficult climb, but a shorter climb.
Okay.
So
And
a riskier climb, let's say.
okay. So, but why would we want to go to the wind? Why would we want to have a riskier climb over the high? Is it just closer?
It's certainly a shorter climb. If you're worried about being exposed or being spotted, it's the up to the Wind Forge is faster than up to the High Sun.
Okay. Can you still levitate?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you levitate somebody with you?
Can levitate. I can cast my float, and I can cast levitate on someone.
Okay. So because I figured that I and Rook can get up there, can climb relatively easy, especially if you're floating up there and anchor a rope.
Okay, sure.
So I'm thinking that the climb shouldn't be that big of a deal, and the fight doesn't scare me. The sealed tunnels, the negative about that is that we have no idea what the hell's in there, and there may be something really nasty in there.
The positive is we may be able to rid the Earth of something really nasty.
Or not worry about anything about the Torrentstal anymore if we get killed in there. I don't know. I mean, the sealed tunnels, I mean, that doesn't necessarily bother me. I mean, it might go right to I mean, it seems kind of strange that you've got these sealed tunnels and then you have this problem. I don't want to release anything extra, but it could already be released, so.
Well, how about we can look into that if we have extra time, but instead of multiplying the difficulty of the situation.
Okay, so you're against the sealed tunnels because we don't know if we're going to release something else. No,
We
that's fine.
neither know, or if it's already free, then we're pretty much popping up into its bedroom. So, hey,
Which is good.
maybe if it's asleep, but we just don't know. And since we have so little knowledge about what strangeness is going on,
So the climb. Lowell, am I getting this right? That if we do that with looking at this, how slippery is this? Is this a coral shell?
The shell is smooth like a seashell in a good deal of the parts.
On a micro scale.
Though on micro scale, I mean, you don't know because you haven't gotten up close to it.
Okay. Well, ask these guys.
Okay.
They've been up there. They lived in there. Climbing this seashell, is it more like? Is it? How smooth is it?
He says there are pits and indentations in it. It is climbable, though, especially if the wind is up and there's damp, it can be very, very slick. But provided that isn't the case, you should be able to climb it. You don't want to strike it with pitons or anything like that, though. You run the risk of chipping it, and that's not very good for your soul.
Oh.
He'll say
that's good to know.
that's the other thing to recognize. Do you and your companions bear magic items?
Yeah.
He'll say, inside the shell, when you get in there, you will feel contact with your spirit. It will be that will be strengthened, and what passions guide you from that will come to the surface, and it can be even stronger if you bear magic items as well. Just as a warning.
awesome.
So if you have secrets about your spirit, you may wish to share those with your companions so that they are aware of that before you go in.
Yes, my poetry will get much better.
So what do you guys think?
Oh,
I'm good with any of the climate anyways.
Okay.
I'd probably need some levitation if we were going to climb. I can't.
That's what
I can't imagine Mr. Plate Mail being a very effective climber.
I can do that.
Okay, so we got short and dangerous, and we've got high and easy, but with a rope already, it should be.
So I'm hearing the wind forge.
What are the other? I mean, where does the high sun pillars go into, and where does?
It sounded like a chimney.
They go into the
Right.
chimneys up above.
Okay, so that's going to have problems getting past the heat.
Well, though he said that we have not seen smoke come out of there.
Okay. And the wind forge, you're still going to have wind coming in.
Yes,
And so how nasty is that?
because I don't
Well, it's
know.
called
I
wind
haven't been up
forge.
in it.
Haven't you thought about tactically assaulting your own place? Oh my
No,
God.
I live in the town. Because I'm a merchant from the Shenten Consortium.
Okay.
Ideal is
How long's a
Lotus.
rope? Huh? How long's a rope?
He can get you plenty of rope.
Okay.
All right, we will take plenty of rope. This is all that we ask for.
Okay. So, well, what's in location as far as the wind forge? Where do you think we're trying to go?
Wind forge.
He says,
Like where? He knows where the what's his name cell was, right?
yeah, he'll give you a description of where that would be.
Is that closer to the wind forge or closer to the high sun pillars?
Let me roll here. Hang on a second.
It's in a big spiral shell.
It is. He says it is complicated on the inside. It's difficult to say distance there, but if then this is the guy, the brother. He'll say it's difficult to say distance. When you get inside, it's more
I can handle most
instinctual.
mathematical topologies.
I don't know what you mean, brother Orc. But I would
No.
if you
My God.
if you had me guess, I would say closer to the wind forge.
What did you do, cat?
Okay. So wind forge, yes. That's not a good idea.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Woohoo.
All right.
What do you think, Rook?
The wind forge is fine.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that since we had stated preferences, that you weren't set on.
I said the seal tunnels.
Okay.
Good. See you later. Bye.
Okay.
So, you guys will gather yourselves together. He's mentioned that they're a little more quiescent during the day.
Yeah, we're gonna go early morning.
Okay.
Start off early morning, or that's when they. I mean,
They seem a little less active during the day.
okay.
So, you guys will wait and watch.
We'll actually ask them. I mean, can you guys make a disturbance if people start coming in to investigate us? And watching us.
He'll say, we should be able to. We can fire down noisemakers or torches, perhaps to start a fire down below. Does that seem reasonable?
Whatever is going to attract them.
All right. He'll say there are a couple of ways to get along the sort of the outside of the wall to make your way across more easily outside of the lines of sight of these things, and we can show you those.
Okay.
Okay. So let me run through how this is going to work. You guys are going to have a couple of legs of this approach. One is sort of getting up to the shore, and then the next one is moving from the shore up to the place to climb, and seeing whether you're going to have to engage a smaller group of these things or not. Does that seem cool?
Yeah.
Seems cool to me.
Cushinel, do you have anything that can take out stuff silently? And so our first shot is going to be with Kathok taking stuff out silently, and the next one would be I'm thinking you possibly.
I have a cantrip where anything that I'm fighting in close quarters, it's a silent fight.
Okay, that's fine. Then
It's not that I silence the area, it's just I and the thing I'm fighting.
Okay, so if I
So
was
we'll
right,
we'll make the mage go into hand-to-hand combat.
So if it was-
achieve this.
so if it was me right next to you, then my sounds would come out.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a very strange persnickety spell.
Okay, that's fine. When
You can use my sword.
Well, that'd be cool.
okay, if we have to, then
Probably
move-
give
you
myself
move up. Basically, you move up behind me, and I'll take the guy out, and then you try
and then I finish him up.
Well, you can just stay close enough so that we do it, and the guy will be more worried about me.
Okay. Yeah, it's silent combat. My attacks and the attacks of those engaged with me are utterly silent.
Well, I can start
Till the
hitting you.
Start of my next turn. Shouts and screams,
Well,
rattling
I
armor,
I can have
clashing
hit
blades, and
multiple.
heavy fall of a body make no sound. The cantrip doesn't prevent spellcasters from casting spells, and it doesn't prevent whispers or normal speech, only abrupt or loud noises that carry for a distance. If a creature affected by this cantrip disengages from you or pops free, they make sounds as normal. So I have to be engaged with them.
Fine.
Now, mind you, I can be engaged with them and not the one fighting them. I can
Yeah,
just
right,
be.
right.
All right.
So,
So, shall I go ahead and move forward?
Yes.
sure.
Okay. So let's start with the first stage of this operation, and that is a dexterity, set of dexterity checks, plus whatever you have for moving along quietly, moving with careful deliberation, whatever you think would be appropriate for that.
Thief.
So Scott, we'll start with you.
I am thief.
Well,
Where's
I've got
my chest?
animals. These are animals, basically.
When you go to deal with them directly, then yeah, that might be useful.
Can't seem to get my chat thing to come up. What is going on here?
You can use the auto dice roller, Scott.
Yeah, but I have to be able to see the chat. I don't know what it's doing.
In order to see what you got.
You know
Yeah.
how to use a computer?
Barely.
I get a weird thing with the chat in Firefox
There we go.
where every other time I open it, it's blank.
Huh.
And I have to close it and reopen it to get the
He's
stuff
probably
back.
trying to protect you from something.
Firefox.
Firefox.
This is stealth, so Dex, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's gonna be awesome, Scott.
What?
It is.
You are.
Oh my gosh. He makes us all quiet.
Cochinelle, how about you?
No, don't make me roll this.
Of course, I'm gonna make you roll it.
Okay.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
I did okay. I'm pretending I'm Rook. It works great, actually.
Black dog. What are you using for your? You have thief, right?
That's a thief. No! God damn it! Doc, what's your problem?
And finally,
Tommaso.
Tommaso.
I have him levitating already. I kind
I-
of see him like riding behind Rook.
I think I have nothing that can be reasonably used for any kind of stealth at all. So here we go.
Quiet as the dead.
Oh, look at that.
Oh God, it's the orc bumbling into
Okay.
things. Keeps stepping on shells and shattering them.
He's flipping boats and taking down names. All right. So you guys
For Hydra.
are moving along. Scott, you are a shadow, a ghost along here, and you're kind of surprised and pleased that Cochinelle and Tommaso seem to have learned something from your skills here as you quietly make your way
You thought
along.
I-
Break
Well, not my
between
boating
buildings.
skills, I say.
You move along the rocks. You break between buildings. You get up to the shore. You're moving from point of wreckage to point of wreckage, and just about every time you do, you'll hear the orc knocking things over.
Sorry. I told you I'm sorry.
And so you are drawing some attention by the time you guys are making a break from the shoreline to get closer to the spot. This is another stealth roll here, everybody. Same thing.
Oh, jeez.
This is the judge, your opposition.
Ooh. I fall into a pit full of rattly bones or something. I don't know what.
What is this?
Yeah, we both didn't do so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're supposed to use Dex too, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. So, hey, there.
Okay. So I'm going to pull up a map. And
Okay.
I'm going to...
I don't like the sound of that.
Okay.
I'm super sorry about the fumble, dudes.
Told you it was Cochinelle.
But
Shut up! Shut up!
I started
Can't trust
attacking her.
these
Is she
casters.
silent now?
let me quickly grab...
Saddest story ever. Now, see, if we'd all done well on that second one, he would have made us roll a third time.
No, that wasn't what was going to
Oh.
happen there, lady.
Yeah.
Is what he says now.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. How convenient.
So you guys are aiming for a point. I'm going to kind of mark on the map here with a kind of an X. I'm going to show you the map here in just a second. I should take Kathak off the map, shouldn't I?
Well, we don't know. We can't see the map.
Depends on there going to be mooks in this fight. We'll just assume he took care of them.
Yes, we'll assume that he spends his actions doing that.
I'm gonna attack the mutants.
The mooks. Oh my god.
All right, so here's a map. You guys see that okay?
Mm-hmm.
I definitely cannot see it.
Can't see it, Carl?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, no, I was just making sure. Tommaso Cochinelle, you guys have kind of done a break that was a little sort of cut in on the shoreline here, and you guys made your way across these rocks here. And when you guys kind of come over the rock where you guys are at, you've kind of slid down, and as you two look up, Tommaso Cochinelle, you'll see two of the crabmen are there that you didn't see.
Oh, crap.
Okay. Black Dog, Rook, you see crabmen and one of those chitin beasts moving this direction. So why doesn't everybody do initiative?
And that's 2d10?
Nope. That's a D20.
Oh, 1d20? But I get to roll twice, right?
Yes, because you are a human. I'm going to add
Yeah,
everybody.
And then
Good
do you
to be
add
here,
any
man.
of your stats to it?
You should have initiative written on your character sheet. What you get for
Oh,
the
God, we
stat.
gotta switch between sheets. That's the hard part.
Okay.
Okay, my initiative.
Pull out my
Yeah.
delicious crabman sheet.
It's your level plus your dex mod.
And I just hit the roll initiative. So my highest one is 19 for me. So my initiative's 19.
Okay, you can type that in.
All right.
Okay. Ooh, look at that. I rolled well.
Damn it. 19. Enter?
Hit enter, yep.
Okay, I did, and then pretended like I didn't. All right, it's pretending like I'm not doing it, so you're
Okay.
gonna have to put it in though.
I will go ahead and do that, my lady. All right.
Thank you.
Do you work with computers? Do you know much about them?
No,
So, Cochinelle,
I
because of the
crochet
fumble,
lace for yes.
one of the crabmen moves up and strikes at you.
Oh, good, I silenced him.
Okay.
It'll make Black Dog happy.
All right. What is your armor class there, Cochinelle?
Oh, it's the best, lol.
It's for bigger part, but I can't hear a thing.
Yeah, you could come and help me, but no. My AC, is that what you're asking
Yes,
for?
I am asking that.
It was 20.
Okay. So here's the first of the two strikes from the crabman as it rushes up and he tries to strike you with its mandibles.
Okay. Let's see what Jerky McJerky
You know what? Actually,
does.
there's Cloak of Shelter. He's 24.
Oh.
So 24. So Sherry, he'll hit you once, and
Okay.
you're going to take 7 points of damage.
All right. I am taking those points right now.
Okay. That does that. That does that. The other crabman moves up and will simply move to engage Tommaso since it has to go up. Crabman and chitin beast
Crap.
come over this way. To
Okay,
get
there's
to there.
something weird with my little thing. I can't control it.
Can't control it. Hang on. Let me make sure what's that. Cochinelle represents Cochinelle. Are you logged in as yourself? Yeah, it looks like it.
It sure looks like it to me. It knows I'm Sherry.
I don't know why. What do you?
Sorry, I'll try to change it on my spreadsheet. See if that helps.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, because it's you own the sheet.
See if that changes my little bar. Ah, there it came up when I did that.
Okay.
Okay.
So, movement is going on. Tommaso on 23. What do you want to do?
All right, can I see Rook?
From where you're at, I'm going to say yes because we're going to make it simple. You
right,
can just
Rook,
make out the top of his head.
All right, Rook needs a heal from last time.
Oh, whoa, no.
Right.
Actually, let's do this. Let's say that everybody's healed up.
All right, excellent.
Okay.
Well, now,
In fact,
we
we'll
just got the points that the fish gave us, or what?
Oh yeah. Let's say we'll clear those. Okay.
all right, that works good for me.
Yeah. I just don't
In
wanna-
that case, so I've got a crab man in my face.
Yes, he comes lumbering up on you. He's about 9 feet tall. Smells of the sea, like a horseshoe crab that's been sitting out in the sun.
Coming from the Jersey Shore, I know a lot about that.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I'm going to take a melee attack on him.
Okay. He has an AC of 20.
13 versus AC. Man, this is
So
terrible.
5 points miss damage on him, right?
Singing
Yep.
Okay.
a jaunty Disney song, Under the Sea.
And let me mark this. So we'll do the red ones on you, the blue ones on Sherry, and then the green ones over there. So on the red crab guy, red, 5 points. Okay. Coach, are you doing a quick action as well?
I have a quick action. I'm trying to think if I want to use it or not. Don't want to use my domain strength. No, we're going to let it go.
Okay.
Okay.
Cochinelle.
All right, then. Let's see here. I'm going to, since I quick action the silence, or is this the next round?
This is your first action. So now you can quick action your silence.
Okay, I'll quick action my silence.
Okay.
And then I'll hit him with Ray of Frost.
Okay. He has a PD of 18.
Okay, so let's see here. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
I'll get this in here. So 1d20 plus, is it intelligence plus level? So that's 9. I miss.
You will miss. So you take the shot, and the frost thing will go off in another direction there.
It
Rook.
takes 5 points of damage.
Oh, miss damage.
Because I
Yes,
have missed
thank
damage.
you. Blue. I forgot that you had that. Scott, what do you want to do?
I
Rook.
faded to the shadows.
Okay. MD is 18.
Ooh, they're mentally smart. Let's see.
It's because they're sorcerous creatures.
Do
Do you want to take your reroll? You get that once per battle, right?
No, I don't get a reroll.
Oh, that's right.
on
The other thing you get to reroll.
that, just the hit.
So you can still have your
So-
action.
Yep. I will move over to here and take a swing at the crab man on
Tommaso?
Tommaso. Yes.
Okay. Need to hit a 20, Scott. Do you like the map, guys? Isn't that cool?
Make sure that I'm doing this.
Pick that up from drive-thru. I have a host of shoreline beach maps for you.
Awesome.
We never go to a shore.
I know. As soon as I said that, I was like, "You're never fighting on a shoreline again."
So it almost looks like a reverse United States. We got like Maine up
Oh,
here. Got like,
Tommaso, you will see
Atlantic.
Rook come flying over the rise past you and stabs this crab man. Scott, roll your damage.
5 6 plus double stat plus
They said it's poisonous, but I'm thinking giant California rolls. I don't know.
They
You know,
meant
you're probably the
wasabi-ish. Okay, so 39 points of damage. That is a hell of a strike into this thing, and it will stagger back from that hit, Scott.
Woohoo!
It cries out. Its sound echoing across the beach. Black dog on 17.
Oh, it's not in the range of Cochinelle sounds.
Hello.
No, because it's not engaged with me.
Which one do you want to engage, Carl?
Both of them.
Okay, gonna do your whirlwind.
No, I can't. I have to do it first action.
Okay,
I mean, I'll do the chitin beast this first time.
okay. So the big one, since you move up on the big one. Okay, let's have you do the attack, Carl. He has an AC
D20.
of 25.
D20 plus 9. And that is it. So that will miss.
Okay, so what's your miss damage?
Be 5. Yeah.
5. So essentially, you rush up to this thing. It's more that it is so heavily armored that you kind of go to hit the blow, and your blade, right, the sword, will kind of bounce off its armor when the crabmen go. The green crabman moves up to strike at you from behind, Carl. What is your AC on this first?
22.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're on turn 2, actually. So
okay.
escalation die is 1.
So 22.
22. So the crabman, this one swings at you with 2 strikes, Carl. Misses and misses, but it doesn't do any miss damage. And then the giant chitin beast will go to swing at you. And it will also miss because apparently I can never hit you.
Yay!
Crabman on Tommaso, since that was his original target. What's your AC, Tommaso?
24.
He will miss, and then with the first one, and then hit with the second one, so you will take 7 points of damage.
I'm gonna pay for that crap, man.
And then on Cochinelle, first
Yes.
shot. What's your AC?
20 doesn't go up.
Misses
Yay!
and
keep on
hits
missing.
for 7 points of damage.
Gosh, you're not very nice.
It's very quiet.
Tommaso.
You okay? I guess she's okay.
Yeah, she's not screaming or anything.
What are you going to
All
do?
right. So you're okay on hit points right now, right, Coach? Now
At 58 of 72.
That's pretty good.
She's tough.
We can hold out a little bit on a heal.
A lot tougher.
It's not like I only have 36 hit points like some people.
Man, look at all those mooks go down.
Yeah, the mooks are falling every which way.
Better fucking get out of here. He's gonna
All right.
be with them soon.
Taking our melee attack.
Okay, so a total of 16. So
This roller is terrible.
it is sometimes.
I hate. I'm just doing regular rolls
Yeah.
from now on. This roller.
I do not like the man behind the curtain. I like to know my rules,
You will
even if they're lying to me.
You will strike it. You will kind of glance off its armor. It is in pretty bad shape, though. So you are starting to put it down. Cochinelle on 19.
All right. Man, this is frustrating. I will give it another Ray of Frost, but first I will give it a freeze. So I do the quick action to add freeze, which
Okay.
means that if I hit it under certain awesome circumstances, it will stay in place.
PD is an
Okay.
18.
All right, let's see if I can hit
And your Ray of
this.
Frost is your close one. Oh, critical.
Okay, critical. All right, so that's my cold.
Uh-huh.
All right, so
Roll your damage and double it.
okay. 0, roll. So 60 points of damage.
So the first time you missed it, it smacks you again with one of the paws. You stand back and you raise up your hand, and the sort of the painterly drawing of ice and frost comes out of your hand and hits this thing and flash freezes it.
Okay, and it's stuck.
It's
according
stuck
to the
and it
frost.
shatters and it is
Oh.
dead.
Okay. Was it one of the transformed things?
No.
Okay, good. I'm glad. But I was just asking because there might have been a piece of the god bit in it.
I will say,
So,
with your critical, you will see that it
yeah.
looks like the crabmen, these two were down here. There are actually some rock down over in this area, and it looks like they
Yeah.
were digging at a gap in the rock down there.
I will go take a look at
Okay,
it.
well, we'll get back to you on that. Rook,
I will roll my 6 first. Wah, wah, wah.
fair enough.
My big nothing. And then we'll take a swing at this crabman that Tomas and I are working on.
AC 20. 1 on the escalation die.
That's not going to hit.
You will slip and on the wet rocks and fall down into the water, Rook.
Uh-oh.
Sploosh.
Your boots are wet now.
Black Dog on 17.
Oh, I'm glad that you guys helped me out so much. Whirlwind.
Okay. So, who are you attacking? So, how does this
I'll
work?
hit the Chitin Beast first.
Okay, let's do the Chitin Beast first.
And that hits.
That will hit. Okay. Do you want to roll damage on him?
Yeah, let me do this. This is.
Oh, you want to do the other one first? Okay.
Yeah, let's just make sure I'm a hit.
Sure.
And that one I missed.
That will miss.
Okay, so on the cheating. Chitin.
Chitin. That's what I'm going to say. Let's see how much damage you can do, Carl.
29.
29 points of damage. You will
I
bite.
do not do miss damage to the other one.
Okay. You will bite solidly into the chitin beast's armor. And it is the third turn. Escalation die goes to a 2. Crabman will strike at you again, Tommaso. AC is 24, right?
24.
24. Miss and miss. Crabman will strike at you, Black Dog. What's your armor? 22?
20.
20. So Crabman, first 2 shots. Miss and hit. And he will do 10 points of damage to you. And then the chitin will swing with both of Hit's claws. Hit
Ooh.
for 11 points damage. And then hit for another 11 points damage. And you are grabbed. And what's your PD?
19. No, it's 17. It's minus, 17 this time.
17. So it grabs you, Carl, when it hits with both those strikes.
Mm-hmm.
And you are grabbed and you are weakened, essentially, as it holds you with the pincers there. And I should have had written down what weakened does. You are at -4 to attacks and to defenses. Okay, until you can do a breakout of that. Okay.
Okay.
So that was the Crabman and the Chitin Beast. Tommaso.
I'm still engaged in melee, so that limits my options significantly. I think I'm gonna make a melee attack.
Okay.
You know what?
AC 20.
How
die
beat
2.
up is this crab man?
It will, at the slightest breath, fall over.
Okay, let's not gonna waste that then. Melee attack.
Don't forget the 2 for the.
So that's a
Yeah,
21. So that will hit.
yeah.
So you do 25 points of damage. This thing is kind of staggered back. Rook has slipped and fallen, and you will catch it with your blade and cut it across, and it will also tumble into the water with a cry and splashes and drops below the surface. Looks like it is dead. Cochinelle.
I guess I'll wander up this hill here and take a shot at the chitin beast.
Okay. Just don't roll a 1.
Oh, okay. I will see what I can do then.
Okay. AC, there's a PD shot on the Chitin Beast, right?
Uh-huh.
PD is 18.
Okay, and I rolled a 17, so I miss.
Escalation die is 2.
Oh, okay, then I hit.
Okay.
Apologies.
That's okay. Go ahead and roll your damage on it.
Okay. That is this.
28 points
28.
of damage. So 47, 57 total. Not staggered yet, but Black Dog, you will see a ray of frost hit the beast there, even as it's holding you.
Okay.
Rook on 18.
I get out of the. Get out of the water. Let's see. Hold on. I get all my. Going graves from the shake. Wow. No. So I will just get out of the water and move over towards up the hill towards this.
Do you want to use your teleport feat to get up there and attack?
Yeah, I'll teleport behind this crab man.
Okay.
Beating on my buddy and.
So, Cochinelle Tommaso, you will see Rook rolls out of the water and then dashes like a blur across the beach and comes up on that crab man.
He does that thing where he leaves like this sort of, line of wet behind him and it
Yes.
smacks her across the face.
I don't know what he was doing in the water in the first place.
It's very rude. He did that on purpose. He splashed me.
AC 20, Scott. Escalation die is a 2. That will hit. Roll
Wow.
damage on the crab man. Crab man.
2d6. I know they have no loot. 34.
It will be
Not that I'm bitter.
staggered by that shot there. Black Dog. After you
Okay.
take your action, you can roll to break out with the save.
I'm -4 to hit, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna roll. Chitten Beast is fine. He's not staggered or anything.
Not staggered. Just taking a bunch of damage.
Okay. Okay. I will.
This thing has you. Claws kind of grabbed you out in the midsection. Other claws holding you.
Okay.
Make
I
a
can.
swing with
I
your-
can still do the double hit.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Okay. I will do. And all I have to do is hit one of them.
Is that what it does?
Well, no. If I hit one of them, I'm sorry. If I hit one of them and I declare unstoppable, I heal.
Okay, sure. So who do you want to fire
Actually,
at
I'm not gonna
first,
do that.
Carl?
Okay. I'm gonna hit the Chitten Beast.
Okay, so
I
you
will
need
not. I will not declare unstoppable.
Okay, you need a 25 to hit him. You're at -4 with a +2 for the escalation die. Ooh, that will not hit. Now you're shot.
I will use.
Okay. Use your powers. Give in to your hate.
I will use violence,
I think you're
which gives me
trying.
an extra 1d4 to hit.
Okay,
Hit.
so you'll hit definitely because all you
Okay.
needed was 1. So, do you want to roll damage or do you want to resolve the other one first?
Yeah, we'll do damage.
Okay, let's see the damage, Carl.
10 plus 8 plus 7. 26.
26 points of damage. So now this thing is definitely staggered there. A substantial hit on it. Do you want to take the shot on the crab man?
Yeah.
Again, at the -2. Or
Minus
-4 plus 2, so net.
Okay. So
Wow,
25.
that will hit as well. Look at that.
$41.
41. So Rook has
Fuck.
come over and stabbed this thing. You're hanging this chitin beast's claws, but you still swing wide with this sword, hit the beast, and then your backswing smashes and cuts down the crab man.
Woohoo!
Look at that. Carl, make
And
your
now I gotta roll to-
Yep, 11 plus to move from the weakened.
Yeah. Ah!
No, so you are still weakened, still in the claws of this thing, which means Carl. What is your AC? Oops.
Is it? I get -4 on that.
Yep.
So and then I did the swing, so it is 16.
Okay, so first one. Oh yeah, actually it's actually more damage. First one will hit. You'll take 21 points. Second one will miss. And your PD?
Do I get a -4 on the PD too?
Yep.
Okay, then that's going to be a 13.
Okay. And you'll take 10 more points from the. It has tentacles on it that kind of wrap and lash at you with acid.
I'm good, Rook.
All right, I go ahead back for
Okay.
healing from Tommaso.
Tommaso?
All right. So,
Black Dog's
Rook needs
caught
a
in the
little healing.
claws.
Let me see. How are you doing, Black Dog?
I'm good right now.
You good? All right. So we're gonna heal Rook. Because I
No,
have.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I didn't even take any damage.
Are you good?
Heal Chanel. She's the one that took.
She's not hurt me up either, is she?
I've taken 15, 16. Let's see, 72. So 14.
Yep.
I mean, she could probably just take her own recovery after the bat.
Yeah. So nobody's really doing bad.
Yeah.
What I will do is I'm gonna cast a heal on you then, Black Dog, just because it gives you another save against the weakened, as well.
Okay.
Because of protection, domain protection.
So, Carl, go ahead and roll your heal.
And I'll use one of my recoveries for that.
Okay.
17, 12, plus 8. Take out 2 ones, so 41.
Nice. And then roll a d20 to see if you break out of the weakened. Oh, the way the bar is now across my screen from your mistype. 1d20.
Yep.
Nope.
This is getting deeper into it. I will fool him into a false sense of security.
The chitin beast adjusts his grip so he has a better hold on Black Dog. Cochonel.
Yes. I'm totally going to hit him again because I'm like that.
Okay.
Okay.
New York.
Need to
Yeah,
hit
precise shot, right?
an 18. Just don't roll a 1.
Okay. 1d20 plus.
Fuck,
Got a 20.
That would have
Does that
hit.
hit? All right. So that's 25 points.
25 points. So you will blast it with the cold. It is still up and moving. Rook.
Dang.
It's big.
It is big. And kind of stubborn.
Stab it in the back.
Okay. Let's see it, Scott. It has an AC of 25. Hard to find a weak spot, but you do have an escalation I have 3. Do you... Oh.
Yes!
Yes.
And we'll potentially stab it twice in the back.
Okay. Still need 25, though. That'll hit.
One.
And the other one? That will hit as well. Scott, do you want to roll twice or do you want to roll once and double it?
I'll roll once and double it.
Okay. Woo.
80 points of damage.
You guys will see Rook roll around, leap on this thing's back, and like Conan's friend from the second Conan movie, drive 2 daggers into this thing's back. It will cry
Awesome.
out and drop. And it will drop Black Dog.
I had him.
I know. I just wanted to speed things along.
Wow.
I could
How do-
tell
how do
that
I get
he
rid of
had
my,
you right where. No, wait. You had him right where.
It was complicated.
How do you get rid of what, Carl?
No, nothing. I got it.
Okay, all right. So you guys will gather yourselves together. You can see there are things moving. So, what do you want to do? Get over there and start climbing up.
Yep.
Yep.
Black Dog and I will, and Rook and I will stay at the base.
Tommaso, please make a
Tommaso
wisdom
goes
check
up,
for
up,
me.
up.
All right. Plus.
So, Cochinelle, Black Dog, Rook, you guys are starting to move up. Tommaso, you're coming up, and at the corner of your eye, you will see where those crabmen were digging at.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You will see some movement there.
Oh, let's take a look at what's going on.
Tommaso, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
Well, so we see movement. What do I see? Let's
So imagine
examine
that there's
further.
a beach and there's some rocky spots there, and there's a gap, maybe looks like maybe a foot wide in spots, kind of in there. And you'll actually, as you look, you'll see a hand kind of come out of that.
Okay. Say, are you okay?
And the hand
Send more cops.
will draw back in, clearly terrified.
Send more cops.
No. She sort of stops and looks.
Tommaso, do you want to go over and coax this person out?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over.
I don't fucking care.
I guess from wherever the hand I was drawn into, I will reach my hand in.
Oh God!
Your great pussy hand?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll wipe it off on my super clean robes first.
All right. Why don't you make a well? Let me.
So it's slightly less sticky than it usually is.
So we'll cut to the scene. Black Dog, Rook, you're getting the ropes together, kind of keeping an eye down beach as things.
After I get the crab sphincter.
After you get the crab sphincter, Cochinelle, you come over. You'll see Tommaso reach in. The light clearly for this person isn't enough that they can see the gunk on it. But of course, once Tommaso pulls this, looks like a child, dirty, filthy, long hair, torn clothing, besmirched face, and she will freak out when she sees Tommaso.
Okay, I will do my best to calm her down with my awesome thing. I'll say,
Make a charisma roll for me.
"Oh, damn you!" Okay.
You have negative charisma?
Not great. I don't make it worse, but I don't help all that much, I guess.
Tommaso, it looks like she's going to try and
Hit this kid with my staff.
wrestle away from you to run.
I'm not gonna try to restrain a kid.
Okay.
I will.
good plan.
If she runs away, she's in more danger.
Okay.
There you go. The one without the child understands what's going on.
Why don't you make a roll for me there, an attack roll, Sherry?
Okay.
That's totally gonna be a free range parent.
That's right.
Okay. So let's see here. I'm gonna make what kind of roll?
Attack roll, standard attack roll
Oh, okay.
with your dexterity.
Oh yeah. Well,
Did
here
you
we
get
go
the
then.
escalation dice?
17.
She doesn't get the escalation.
All I have to do is beat her AC.
You grab onto her as she's kind of is going to run away. Grab onto her.
And I go, no. We're going to help you out here, okay? I know he looks scary. It's not a big deal.
And
But we
she's-
got to get you back to the city.
You can see that she has actually in her side. When you grabbed her, she went to go for a dagger, so she's clearly armed. But you kind of grab onto her, and she can see past you that there are more of these beasts coming. But as you're holding her there and realize that it's her, and you kind of look closely, and this is what she looks like underneath the dirt.
Okay.
Ah!
I say,
Oh no.
oh no. Okay. And I sort of go, wow.
You gotta collect the entire set.
And I go, you need to live through this, okay? So we're going to get you back to the city. And I'm like, Rook, Black Dog, we're going to have to pull back to the bastion.
Why can't we bring her with us? Can you shove her in with the other little girl?
No, I can't have a crowd of little girls in my locket.
GM Fiat, the approaching
You
beast.
know what, though? I could swallow her, though.
Yep, you could do that.
Okay. I'll go. Hold on, I can keep you safe. And I cast a spell.
Don't worry, Newt's okay there.
Yeah. Tommaso, you will see. Describe what this looks like, Sherry, because I knew you could do this.
Okay. So this is body meld.
This is
And
even as you guys are getting ropes up and getting things ready.
Yeah, this is awesome. Essentially what it is I just kind of... let me see if I can find I will describe it.
Yes.
She essentially kind of holds the girl, and then the girl turns like sort of one-dimensional, and Cochinelle sort of rolls her up like a canvas and pushes her into her chest, into her torso.
So you will.
I thought I did some freaky fucking shit, man. Don't piss off Cochinelle, man.
So
she goes, so now, yeah, that's okay. Go on. Well,
you guys will make your way over, and go to climb up using the levitate for Tommaso and Cochinelle, right?
yes.
Okay. Black Dog, Rook, you're going to have your climb check to kind of get ahead of these things before they can get over here. So as long as neither of you guys rolls a 1 on your climbing, you'll be able to make it up. How does that sound?
Woohoo! So strength
Sounds like
or
about
dex?
time to-
Doesn't make much. It's all the same.
Strength or dex, either one.
Is it level and then pirate or
Yeah,
not?
absolutely. Pirate's good for that because it's about climbing. Look at that. You are up there. Scott. Oh.
I didn't roll a 1.
So close to the 1. You guys will make your way up. Ropes will get set. Some of the spray from the shoreline does come up here onto the shell, and it's super slick at those spots. But you guys will eventually climb up into and float up into this great big passage. It's probably a 20-foot high tunnel.
Yeah.
And the wind is kind of blowing here, and you guys in the distance, not from outwards, but from into the shell, you can hear the sound of the ocean.
Awesome.
And I think that's where we're going to leave off tonight.
Okay. The thing is after she does that with that girl, you can actually see the girl peering out from Cochinelle's eyes.
God.
That's even more creepy.
Freak.
It is.
She has no mouth. She cannot scream.
Oh no, she can step out if she really wants to. It's just that clearly it's dangerous to do so.
Cochinelle,
As
if
creepy
we
as
ever
it
really
is.
need to scare the crap out of somebody, I've got some really good ideas that I think you could.
What are you talking about? This is a perfectly fine preservation spell.
I
That's how
didn't
you
say
keep
it was,
someone
I didn't say
safe.
anything wrong with it. I'm saying
She seems really annoyed
out.
with you.
Tommaso, you were saying?
She's, as creepy as what Cochinelle has done to her is. She's lucky that I did not recognize her when I decided not to terrify her further by grabbing her.
No, I'm thinking, Cochinelle, you could walk into a really dangerous place and think that all by yourself and said, "Oh, I brought my paper dolly bodyguard with me."
Actually, well, she sort of stops and goes, yes, you could bring a... Yeah, that's a way to bring armed people into a situation. But that's kind of unfair, isn't it?
Yes,
Social
I like
contract.
that.
Yes.
Unfair is great because it's unfair.
Yeah. We will take up next time with you guys entering into the contaminated Nautilus. Make your way through the wind tunnels, which Carl's familiar with, into the complex. Seem reasonable?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm going to stop recording there.
Thank you.
Well,